You are now listening to Out of the Blank.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the Blank podcast. I'm with Tashawn Collins, someone I met in high school in a health class, which was probably the funnest and weirdest health class, I'd have to say. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has been a while. You're dressed up in your military outfit.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
I had drill, so I just got back.
All right, so what do you do professionally, basically? Like, what do you do for a living that gets you money throughout the day?
Well, I have a couple of different things I do. I work at FedEx part-time as a carrier, primarily in the morning. I just got another job at Royal Farms. Start Monday as a food service manager there. And I also work at Dumzers on 49th Street. So I'm not going to be working there as much, though.
Do you like having all those jobs, or do you prefer like a career path choice?
I mean, FedEx is a career choice, but potentially I do want to go into trucking. I need to get my CDLs, but life has a weird way of steering you. So I'll see how long it works.
Take it where it goes, man.
Farms. Yeah.
You know, Royal Farms is crazy. They say they have the world's most famous chicken. That's a load of shit.
Yeah.
Because I've been to the one in West Ocean City, and I remember it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I ordered a chicken tender meal. They said, we can't make your chicken tender meal. We're out of chicken tenders.
What?
But I can give you a thing of French fries. I'm like, I paid for the meal.
You want a chicken.
I'm like, first of all, hold on.
Potatoes.
It's 2 p.m. You're telling me you're not going to sell chicken for the rest of the day? I don't feel like putting any more on.
That's crazy.
Are you shitting me? I almost snapped the log. I was like, I'm not even paying for the meal now.
Yeah.
I want to get a refund and then just take the fry basket.
Yeah. A, that's either the manager's fault for not ordering enough stuff, or B, they just were lazy and didn't want to cook it.
Exactly.
You know?
And then with FedEx, you make great money doing delivery service in general.
Yeah. I mean, it's stressful at times, but it's well worth it.
It's got to suck, too, because, it's a lot with any job that really deals with the public, too. I mean, you guys don't have to deal with the public as much, but it's like you have a certain time you have to be at places, and then people obviously get pissed if they don't have their packages. I mean, that's why a lot of people order off, like, Amazon and stuff. People don't even understand, when you order off Amazon, that's still got to come through the mail service.
It still comes through FedEx.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm going to pay that freaking $10 shipping so I can get that package 2 days. And if it's not there that 2 days, someone's getting a phone call or someone's getting an ear beaten.
For sure. It happens every day, man. Every day.
But what I wanted to talk, so getting down to, what you want to eventually go for in the long run. Do you have any goals or dreams, kind of? I mean, I know you're dressed up in the military thing, so is the military something you want to chase down as a career path, or is it just something to get you by?
I mean, for sure. I've always, since high school, really, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL for the longest. That's what I did NJRTC. When I was younger, I was telling my mom, get me my swim gear so I can learn how to swim and do these breaststrokes and everything so I can get prepared. But like I said, life has a weird way of steering you, so I ended up going to the Army instead. And not right after high school. It was like 2 years after high school I went. And, man, one of the best decisions of my life. I really do want to go full time. But right now, I have things I want to accomplish on the civilian side before I go full time.
What things you wish to accomplish?
Well, I do want to go back to school. I'm going to get my degree. I want to get into trucking, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
I do want to start my own business with trucking as well. Eventually I'll say right now is a small goal, maybe 2 trucks, 3 trucks. It's a lot to do with that, because in the military, that's what I do. My unit, actually, we transport fuel, jet fuel to be more specific. So it's something I love doing. I love driving. Seeing the country and seeing the world is
I would hope
beautiful.
You have to love driving to be a truck driver, because I know someone I go to the gym with. He's an older man, and he's a truck driver.
Yeah.
But so he works out at strange times.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I try and get it in where I can, but I'm always on the road. Like, I'll be going, like, across states, and the next thing you know, he's across basically the whole U.S. doing deliveries and stuff. And he's like, it's nice because no one can really bother you. He goes, you got your own thing. He goes, the only crappy part is if, like, you got a family, you don't want to, it's hard to really kind of hold down a family with the whole thing. Like, you never get to see them. You're always on the road all the time, and they only get to see you a certain amount of time out of the thing. And then to cram stuff in for yourself when you get back home, like things you want to take care of, it's like...
They have like a 3-day rest period before then. Like, you could be gone for like a whole month before you can come home. Sometimes it's 2 months. It depends on how long you want to be out there for. And then you have like a week or sometimes 3 days to reset. So.
He cracked a joke. He was like, you know how hard it is to eat clean when you're on the road 24/7? He goes, they don't have a Chick-fil-A in every state. And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And he goes, trust me, when it's Sunday, he goes, the one thing you want is Chick-fil-A. I was like, that's true.
Every Sunday. It happens to me every Sunday.
I mean, I'm not a religious person, and I haven't eaten Chick-fil-A in a while, but it feels like the only times I really want it is on Sunday. I'm like, all right, look, I'm pretty sure God ate chicken on Sunday.
Yeah, well, how come you guys can't be
exactly. Open? But I mean, I get their standards for it. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I hope it all works out for you. I hope you accomplish what you want.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Getting down to the line of things. I actually saw a good thing you posted recently on Facebook that actually I wanted to bring up. Motivation.
Yeah.
That's inspiring because you were talking about like getting back at it and getting back in the gym and trying to lose a little bit of weight and stuff like that. And I'm like, the fact that you understand, like, you know, it takes work. Obviously, it takes effort. But it doesn't take a whole lot to get that first step in there.
Of course.
It seems like for everyone that first step's really, really difficult. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I'm a workout guy. I've worked out every day going on 6 years now.
Yeah, I saw that post on Facebook.
And it's like I enjoy it, but there are definitely days where it's like it's draining on you. Like you're like, oh my god,
I
like
get up and do this again.
Yeah, it's exactly. But it's like now to me, it's like it's became a thing. Like if I start to get like near the times or something, I usually go or something. I'm like I will myself to go. It's not like I'm not saying it's not fun.
Yeah.
But it's more like it's a part of me now.
Of course.
And it's something good to get into, definitely. I believe everyone should do it. I don't believe you should be so focused on, you know, eating as much. I've gotten down to like being real strict with my food intake as well. But it's like, you know, a lot of these bodybuilders and a lot of this stuff that society programs out there, man. It's not real. It's not
insane. And everyone's body is different, you know.
Genetics,
one thing
man. Yeah.
I always say, because I was a couple years ago, really I stopped slowing down. I started slowing down because of financial. I didn't have the money to keep going to the gym at the time. I switched jobs up, and I wasn't making as much money as I thought I would be to continue because I was doing jiu-jitsu. And I was, we had MMA classes there, right in Infinity Martial Arts. It's right in...
Yeah, no, Mike Otwell and Ryan, I messaged Ryan about it. He's like, dude, I've been listening to your podcast. I want to be on it. I'm like, dude, let's do it.
Get him on here, man.
I want to get him, and I've been trying to get Mike, and I want to do a combination podcast about MMA. Yeah. Or we're like, get Brian on here, too, and we're on the search. Because I used to do Infinity Martial Arts. Yeah, but that was back in high school days.
Yeah, and everyone, like Brock, he was doing it in high school.
And Brock's now a fighter and all that stuff. I'm trying to get him on there to talk about. I'm trying to interview everyone. Yeah. This is like my passion, you know.
That's awesome, man.
And you know, I was always that kind of like wacky kid in high school. Especially, I think you were a grade above me.
Yes, I was in. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2015.
Yeah, I graduated 13, so 2 years.
Okay, so you were a junior when I was a freshman. Yeah. So I was. Once I hit like junior and sophomore year, I stopped like talking to people. I became like bullying kind of hit me pretty hard. And then like I just became to the point where like I was not showing up to school anymore. My senior year or my junior year, my dad's like, I'm gonna sign you up for a gym membership, like I did with your brother. We'll get you into that. And I've been taking that religiously, like going every day. And then it's like
it's a good workout. It's a good, not physically, or not just physically.
Oh, my body's taking
mentally as well.
Man, there's some days I get up, I'm like, shit, my leg just popped, and I'm like, I remember I bent down at work and like all my knees cracked. I know I said all my knees. I only got 2.
Hey,
but
it's still both.
yeah. But like every single bone in them went crack. Like it sounded like someone just grabbed a roll of bubble wrap and twisted it.
Cracking.
And some older woman was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I think so." And like I stood up fine.
I'm walking, right?
I'm walking right, so we're good. But it's like, it was cool because in our class we had the weirdest health teacher, and I remember the one.
I don't remember her name.
Oh God,
I don't remember her name.
I think it was Miss Crummel or not.
Yeah,
it's something
is it?
with a K.
I don't know. It might be. I don't want to.
Short woman, but she gave a paper in the beginning of the class that said we're going to be looking at pictures, because it was a health class, pictures of like STDs, and like camel toes, and like all this weird stuff. And we're like, okay, that's weird. And then, so we thought the whole semester was going to be like that. And it's like the last day of class, we get done with our final, and she's like, all right, well, I promised you guys something. We're looking up like cysts on these like people's like
so
private
nasty.
regions. I'm like, oh my God, she's showing all this last minute.
Some people couldn't bear to watch.
Oh, some people had to leave the class. They were getting sick. That was fun though, because we were in like a health class that wasn't suited to be a health class. It was like there were computers in front of us, so like she'd be like,
barely use those computers.
when we did, we weren't even on them using for school. We were playing like max games or one more level or watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like you can see in some aspects of where teachers take their job like super serious, and there's teachers that are just like they're just there really to get paid and go home.
You see it all the time.
She took it some days serious, but you could tell she was more like, just show up and
here's this assignment, you guys get it done. She's back.
Yeah, I feel like we
reading
had
a magazine
substitutes more than we actually had the teacher too.
Yeah,
she was out a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember if she had like a lot of family issues going on that year or not, but it was a lot of substitutes for sure.
That was like crazy because that was my first class in high school, so it was like it was setting the tone. I had all these like a lot of your freshman teachers are very like weird, like they're kind of trying to set you in the right vibe for high school. So it's like you have like the one teacher that doesn't care, and then you have gym class obviously, and we had gym class together too.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I
took all my classes I was supposed to take in 9th grade late.
I did that with math. I took math my senior year. I took math the ending of my junior and senior year, and it was 3 of them. So I was in a class with freshmen and sophomores, like Algebra 1 type stuff. Like stuff I was supposed to be taking freshman year. So I'm sitting in there looking like a complete retard around everybody. And like all these kids are like, why are you in here? I'm just sitting there like, dude, I've been at this school for 4 years now.
Yeah,
I can drive.
Gotta
you
get
all
this
can't.
done, bro.
You can tell because they all look so fresh, like they just came out the washer. And I'm like, I'm at the end of the cycle in the dryer. I'm like sitting there like, I've seen hell. And I like that because I mean, there's a lot of people talk about how they miss high school and stuff.
Yes.
There are certain things I do miss, but it's graduation goggles in a way. You're looking at all the good stuff. I guarantee you if I sat you back down into that class, there might be some people you miss. But then you're like, I don't want to be around these fucking people.
Not again, but...
Yeah, it's like shit. It's like you get that anxiety again. Shit, I remember sitting in class like, just the amount of anxiety I was getting at that age. I was like, that was like super bad. I was like,
man.
I feel for those kids when I see all those kids like dragging their head in and going into school. And we see all this stuff coming out now, like teachers like fooling around with some of the students, and then like that just popped up I think like twice in our area. There was a person in Salisbury and a person right at our high school that
I couldn't believe it. I mean,
I understand the idea of the student's hot shit, but it's like it's just
come here, Billy. Let me show you something.
It's so weird.
School.
You know what's crazy is if it was a woman that did it.
I was thinking that.
If it was a woman that was banging a younger guy, like my age, like 17 or something. Yeah, like,
just celebrating.
That dude's a savage. The dad probably be fist bumping him. But then it was a guy messaging a girl, and then it was like
completely different.
They were like flirting back and forth and doing all this stuff, and it was like a guy teacher doing that to a girl student was like the worst thing in the world. It was like all over. Like he got so much hate. He lost his job. That's. Like immediately they fired him. If it was a woman, they would have like gave him talked to her and gave her like kind of a shot.
Hey, listen, don't do this again, all right?
But what's the stigma for society on that one? Where we're thinking like, if a guy or a young kid has sex with a older woman, It's like right on. Like
they view that as like maturity for the young man. Like, yeah, man, you're growing up. You know,
he had a whole movie on that. That's my boy. That's what the whole movie's about. I mean, yeah, the teacher went to jail and stuff, but it was like he was like getting high fives and like from everybody, and everyone knew him as that guy, Donnie Burgess.
Yeah, hey buddy, I saw what you did to the teacher.
It's so strange in that aspect. You know, all right. So what I wanted to tell you about when you walked in the door, and I was like, dude, something crazy just happened to me. So I just get off work, basically, go into Rite Aid to get a Powerade. Okay, dude, I get out of Rite Aid, go into my car. It's around 7:30 or something, and I look over in this BMW, and there's a guy wearing a ski mask in the BMW.
What?
And I'm like, that's weird. But I'm like, it's cold out. So I figured that's what he's doing. His buddy pulls up right beside him, gets in the car, and then I'm looking still over at him. I don't think they realize I'm there. I'm the only one really there at this Rite Aid. It's the one at Ocean Pines. And,
yeah, I know which one you're talking about, next to the food line and stuff like that.
And his buddy gets in, and then his buddy puts his head down like this, and then starts putting on a mask too. I'm like, is this store about to get robbed?
What?
And I'm like, this is nuts. Like, this is
right
ridiculous.
You,
I'm like, what should I do? So I was like, immediately in my head, I was like, do I have time to deal with this shit?
Yeah.
Like, go tell somebody or whatever. And then the dude sits there, looks over at me. I start pulling my car out and just kind of start heading home. I'm like looking for a cop. I'm like, should I call Ocean Pines? And then next thing you know, like, before you rolled up, which is like 10 minutes after this just happened, all I hear is like fireworks sounds like going off. I'm like, if those are gunshots and someone just got shot and I could have did something, I'm going to be so upset. But it's like, I don't know. I was like, I'm fucking tired. I don't feel like being out here anymore. That's that person's problem.
I mean, I guess you'll find out if you look at the news tomorrow.
2 people got shot.
That's horrible to say, but I mean, you can't really. You never know unless you're in that situation.
And they look at the cameras and see me like a minute in there before. Like, they come and find me. Why didn't you stop this? You saw it happen. I was like, look, I had to take a shit.
I had to do this.
I had a rough day. I don't want to be out here anymore. I just had to end it. And that dude had to end it too. He had to kill a couple people.
You never know
he
until you tune
Snickers
in.
Bar. Yeah. Shit.
A freaking Rite Aid store. Maybe medication or something.
They were young kids, man, like our age. It might be drugs.
Wow.
A lot of ibuprofen.
I mean, to go back to like when you're in high school, well, in life in general, I feel like it's a mission to find yourself, to find who you are and what your destiny is. You know, what your purpose is.
I'm still looking, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people look, and I mean, it takes some people never really find it, but a lot of people don't take that jump to go find it.
Yeah.
I've said it before, like, you don't want to be that guy that has a passion for something that they just feel like they're never going to accomplish. And then they just never chase after it. They just get set in a job, set in a life, and the next thing you know, it's all
unhappy.
And then they're 90 years old sitting by the window in a wheelchair waiting to die, basically. Like, you know, people just wheel you over there just to leave you alone. And it's like, you got to think, like, if you have something deep down that you want to pursue, like, I always thought, like, you know, I was trying to always be the funny guy in school, so it was like, I wanted to be a comedian or something. And then, you know, I lost that aspect of it because I was afraid to always get on in front of people, like get on stage. I could crack jokes in the back of class, but once all eyes were on me and I'm center stage, like lights on me and
palms start sweating. Like, hey, how you guys? How's it?
Becomes the Eminem song. I got vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. You know, but it's like, then eventually I took a communication arts class like last semester in school, and it went away. It was gone. All my speeches like were improv. I did a speech on Hot Pockets that was nothing but Kate Upton eating Hot Pockets in my speech. It's supposed to be 5 to 10 minutes of me talking about Hot Pockets, basically. Everyone else had like a smart subject about like bees and animals, and I'm sitting there like, yo, did you know Hot Pockets come in 50 different flavors? And I started rattling off all the flavors and stuff, and then next thing you know, I'm like, we just gonna have a slideshow of Kate Upton eating Hot Pockets with Snoop Dogg, and like it was good.
Yeah,
and everyone loved it. It was like, I was so good at improving it, and the next thing I know, I started to realize the idea of inspiration of starting a podcast, and I've had some supporters and stuff, and I didn't even know that they were supporting me. Like people that were listening into my very first few episodes and have kept listening down into where it's at now. And I was like, what? Like, I messaged them like, hey, would you want to do the podcast? They're like, dude, I've been waiting for you to ask me for so long. Like, I've been listening to all your episodes. Great. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, well, thanks for listening. I had no idea you were such a supporter. And it was so cool because I've just, you come to the realization, you meet a lot of people in your life, and you know, I want to get everyone's voices out there. But like what I try and explain in the podcast, we're not just talking, like, I'm not just interviewing you. You can ask me anything you want too. It's a conversation. We're just shooting the shit. That's why it's called Out of the Blank. And it's hard because like that first question you always got to bring out there, which is like, hey, like, would you want to do my podcast? What's it about? You know, like stuff like that.
Of course. I remember asking you, what's the subject? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like I didn't mean to give you like a dick response.
No, you didn't.
I was like, dude, here, just listen to a couple episodes because like it's so hard to explain it because like I've had podcasts that last an hour, which is usually the average time, but it's like I don't want to make it feel rushed. I want to be able to shoot the shit. Like I've had ones that gone 3 hours long. I've had one with my cousin I met on Christmas Eve, who I've never met before. Like he's a long lost cousin basically. Like, we found out he was just that it was one of my uncles who died at the age of like 20. He had a kid nobody knew about. Wow. We didn't find out until he was in his 30s. And like this kid's in his like basically in his like late 20s, early 30s, coming over my house, and I just met him for the first time. And I'm like, dude, when you want to shoot a podcast, it's Christmas Day, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. And we're eating like we had shrimp and coffee and stuff before the podcast. So we're sitting there talking about aliens and Terminator and all this stuff, and he's into bioengineering and mechanics and like, the coolest dude in the world. I'm like, whoa, like this is nuts.
You would have never knew.
It's like
he came over.
It's
you guys
like,
found out about him.
I mean, you know my personality. It's nuts. It's like everyone's got a personality, but it's like mine brings out like I like it when you get comfortable, dude. It's like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't mean to turn. Like, a lot of people are like, dude, it was like therapy to me. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you let me get out a lot of my personal issues.
Yeah,
I'm
just opening up.
I'm like, you can definitely open up. I mean, we've all had past experiences that have that have shaped who we have became today. Either if it's you turn to look at the hard ones you faced and you try and turn that into something bigger and better. Like
a lot of the great success stories are that people turning around traumatic events in their life. Or
I mean, Michael Jackson, I mean, at the young age was, thrust upon into like social standards of being super famous and being like, the pop kid and all this stuff, and all those standards his dad set on him. And,
same with Justin Bieber and a lot of these young kids.
Mike Tyson, man.
Yeah.
His childhood was rough, and that dude, you wonder why his life was full of violence.
Exactly.
That's all he knew.
It's always the same pattern with these young kids who are super talented, who are thrusted, like you said, at a young age into fame. They don't know how to handle it. A
lot of people don't know Macaulay Culkin. He talked about it in a podcast.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, he was talking about, that's actually my inspiration for this podcast.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
And he was talking about Macaulay Culkin. Like, Macaulay was like coming out saying, when he was a kid, his mom, he was at the age of like 6 or 7, and he was like going into acting auditions and stuff to be in these like
modeling and everything.
Yeah, man. And like his parents were like setting him up for it, and he was going in there like his parents would talk him in the mindset of like, you're not walking out of this without getting the role. And it's like you wonder why that guy had a spiral, and then now he's just getting his life together, even though he seemed to like kind of mess up where he went and changed his name to Macaulay Culkin. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
my name's Robbie Robertson, but it's like if my parents would have named my middle name Robert, I probably would have jumped off a bridge by now. But it's just people can take things with their life and they can choose to turn it on in a good way or turn it like just totally reject the notion. But it's Bruce Lee pulled out one of the best quotes. I think it's God gave you this road because you're the one strong enough to walk it. And that's true. That's powerful. And that man, like, he knew a lot. And
a very wise man.
And have you had any past traumatic experiences, I would say, like family or something like that, that shaped you that you would like to talk about?
When I was younger, I used to have like a huge head. Like, my body wasn't proportioned right, and I had a huge mole on my face. I still have a mole, of course, but everyone from the Austin Powers movie, as soon as that movie came out, moly, in elementary school, yeah, man, in elementary school, man. Everybody, bro,
dude,
everybody.
That would piss me off.
I used to get picked on so much. I was the smallest kid, man. I was the smallest kid ever. Like, all throughout high school, I probably weighed like 135 until after. I used to pray, I said, God, please put weight on me, please. Yeah. You know, and I would work out. I would eat. They called me like the human garbage disposal. I ate so much just so I could try to put on weight. But
I used to be able to eat a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, man.
In
Stuff
one sitting.
like that.
I cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in forever. I mean, I used to eat a bag of Doritos in one sitting and then spicy nacho. That was before I started working out. First 2 weeks I started working out, I was sweating nothing but spicy nacho Doritos. I have lost all taste for Doritos.
Oh, wow.
I don't mean to cut off your...
No, you're fine.
Go on.
But it's just, like a lot of kids who are being bullied, I feel for them. And it's something that's popular now, you know. Whether it's a face-to-face bullying or cyberbullying, and if you're getting bullied or if you feel like taking your life, like, go get help, you know?
Well, a lot of the reason with a lot of bullying, it seems like a lot of people, you know, you hear the stereotype of like, oh, that kid probably has a rough home life.
Yeah.
That is true in a way, but a lot of people are also bully, it seems like nowadays, to put the like the subjectiveness of bulliness off of themselves.
Exactly.
Because if they don't make fun of somebody, somebody's going to make fun of them.
Or they're getting bullied at home by their own family or parents or maybe they have an older brother.
We all have siblings that, you know, pick on us from time to time. I mean, my brothers joked around because I used to be a big kid when I was like in freshman year of high school and stuff. I was a big guy and just slimmed down. I'm like, same thing. I've talked to a kid whose dad asked me. I told him my story about working out and everything, and his dad asked me to talk to his kid and stuff about, you know, being overweight and things like this. And I've talked to the kid, and I was like, look, man, don't worry about losing weight. Don't worry about your looks. And I understand it's hard. Trust me. I understand with the mole thing too.
Damn right, man. That
you
shit
feel
was
like
crazy.
Yeah, you feel like you probably felt like, you know, everyone's staring at that on your face all the freaking time. And I was like that too because I have you probably can't notice it, but back in the day I used to have like a real like body dysmorphia with my freaking freckles on my nose. Yeah. And my freckles on my face.
I remember the freckles on the face.
It's like I'm always putting lemon juice and stuff on there and doing that and like trying to get them to fade because lemon juice fades it. I was always afraid to like go out in the sun and stuff because it get more freckles on my face. It seemed like that was the only place I ever sweat's on my nose. I don't sweat anywhere else. It's ridiculous. Like all the sweat glands are in here. Like it'll be freaking 30 degrees out and my nose will just be covered in sweat for some reason. But it's like, you know, you look at that and it's like, why are we... When it comes to our face, we're like, oh my God, like everything matters on it. And it's even like one little blemish on there, freak out.
With Instagram, now the filters are crazy, or it's a...
you can edit out crow's feet.
Exactly, like you can... It's like
Did you see the
almost
picture,
a disease.
Did you see the picture Gordon Ramsay put up with Kim Kardashian's mom?
No.
He put up a picture, then she put up a picture. They both look in that photo of hers 40 years younger than what Ramsay put up, the original photo without any edits. They all had crow's feet in Ramsay's photo. Because Ramsay doesn't give a shit. No. Ramsay freaking yells all the time, so he's got the giant freaking anger lines above his like forehead and stuff. He's got wrinkles even when he's not. He looks like a bulldog with the face sag.
All the time, bro.
Kim Kardashian's mom snapped. She freaking lit him up on Twitter, like, you need to take your photo down and stuff, because she did it where her face was baby silks, like a baby's butt. And
you have that filter on there, man. That shit's crazy now. You know?
Dude, I 100% I can relate to your mole issue, man. I understand it. And especially with a movie coming out like Austin Powers. Yeah. I just watched that the other night, too. It's on Netflix. It's a funny movie, but it's like... Yeah. When you're a kid and, like, you're just, like, trying to find your groove and, you know, like, high school's, like, where everything happens. Like, whatever happens your freshman year sets you out for the rest of your high school career.
You know what really helps? I don't mean to cut you off, but there's this kid. I don't remember his name now, but he moved. He had just moved that same year from out of country or somewhere. He wasn't from here, but he had like a huge mole like on his neck, and it looked like he had like a beard almost. It had hair growing out of it, and like I befriended him because he got picked on more than I did, and I thought my life was bad, you know. Mm-hmm. And I walked into the bathroom. He was crying, and I went in there to cry myself, and I didn't even end up crying, and I ended up befriending him. I'm like, hey man, don't cry, you know. You're not the only one who's getting picked on, and you know, don't pay those kids any mind. We're gonna go on with our lives, and you know, do amazing things. Be a superhero if you wanted to,
yeah.
you know.
Shit.
So,
sell drugs. That's what
shit. Be fucking Narcos. Yeah, be on a fucking movie. Be Narcos in real life. Whatever you want to do.
Escobar, man. That man did some things.
Yeah,
though, dude. He was spending
Pablo Escobar, man.
Dude, he spent $1.5 million a year in rubber bands.
Like,
Why?
How
the fuck?
Because all that money.
Exactly. But he's like,
all that money,
literally,
man.
he was losing to something like billion a year because what happened? The rats were eating it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you have so much money you can't get to it. Rats are eating it. It's like, fuck.
It's crazy, man.
He was building soccer stadiums and shit, but he did that so that people weren't turning them in on anything.
Of course.
If I was him, I'd just buy like a goat farm.
Something. He is a goat, so why not?
I'm obsessed with stupid, ridiculous animals. I want to get a sloth for this room.
Yeah, why not? It's your life.
Just lock him in here.
Do what you want.
He can go anywhere.
And if he tries to get out the door, it might take him 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, his digestive system's like he eats once every 2 weeks, so it's like...
There you go.
And then you gotta bathe them all the time.
Been doing your research.
They're fast swimmers.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous. Apparently their arms are so long.
They do have some
I watched a
ridiculously
YouTube video
arms.
back in freshman year and whatever her name's class was.
Don't get me lying. I don't remember.
I gotta go back and find. I wanted to interview a couple teachers from school too. I got some stuff I want to talk to them.
Why not?
I was talking to my on my New Year's Day podcast was my third grade teacher, and we were talking about like how technology's going into class and it's getting harder it's hard really for teachers, the ones that actually give a shit to care about 30 students and give each individual time, the amount of respect and, you know, the amount of time someone needs. If someone's getting bullied too, in a way, it's difficult for them to even have their mind on anything but what they're being bullied on about.
They try to duck classes, you know. They're not even trying to pay attention.
A lot of times, and then when they're getting bullied and they're afraid they're going to fight somebody, they would try and duck classes because of that. I remember the anxiety, the fear I used to get of being afraid. Like, is this person going to be at that class? Is this person going to be there? Is that person going to be waiting out and looking out the thing? Like, it happens to everyone.
Yeah, man.
And like whether we see it or not in them, like it's definitely difficult. And the one thing I was really always getting anxiety about was I couldn't, like, my stomach always hurt a lot when I used to get anxiety where I have to go to the bathroom, take a shit basically.
Yeah.
And every time I go and take a shit, some asshole kid would be in there
banging on the fucking door.
Yeah, and throwing.
Come on out, Robbie.
Or no, he wouldn't know my name. He was like, dude, someone's taking a shit. I remember. Now my response to that, like, sometimes I'll take a shit in like public, and some dude be like, damn, lighten it up. I'm like, damn right, it's called shit. It's not supposed to smell good.
Right, bro. Damn
I just go on straight on with it, and if I fart, I always claim it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
First of all,
same.
Mine are really bad because, like, I eat a lot of, like, egg whites and, like, protein, high-dense foods like that.
Avocados and stuff like that. Good
well,
fatty foods.
Not avocado. I don't like avocado.
No?
You are crazy, dude. Those things are only ripe for, like, 1 hour whenever the...
You gotta
it's
eat
like
it.
you have to eat it at this time or it's gone the next, like, second later.
You gotta eat it.
But, like, I eat a lot of raw cabbage and stuff like that like, bloats you up and gets you, like, feeling really full. Like, really high-dense foods. And so, like... I get gassy a lot, dude. And I'm lactose sensitive, so when it comes to eggs, like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't even care. Egg whites are just too good.
Yeah.
Dude, alright, best combination ever. You cook up some egg whites, get some PB Fit. You know what PB Fit is? The powdered peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mix some of that in there and get some eggs, and it's basically chocolate peanut butter eggs. It sounds disgusting.
I don't like chocolate. You got me with peanut butter.
Oh, that's right. You're not a chocolate fan. I actually remember that. Because I remember one time I tried to give you a Reese's Pieces, you wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, man. I love Reese's now, though, but fucking chocolate.
Why don't you like chocolate?
Milk chocolate is good.
What's wrong? That's chocolate.
Yeah, but I don't like
You don't like white chocolate, you racist.
It's too rich, man.
You racist.
It's too fucking rich. I can't do it.
It's like too sweet? You just don't like Halloween candy?
It's too sweet. Yeah, I can't do it, man.
That's another thing. That's, I think...
I love oatmeal. Oatmeal raisin. I'm like an old man. I love oatmeal.
Dude, I love oatmeal raisin cookies, man.
They're the best.
Chocolate chip cookies are okay, but oatmeal raisins
They're
are the best.
I just ate a chocolate chip cookie on the way here. I had bought it.
Oreo?
It was from Chick-fil-A. I went to Chick-fil-A. Yeah. I said, you guys got, oatmeal raisin cookies? No, we don't. We have chocolate chip. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm good without the cookie.
I like how we were just talking about Chick-fil-A about truck driving, and you're like, that's not the Chick-fil-A over here, but I see you.
I guess they misheard me. I was like, man, I'll try out the cookie. I ended up eating it. I mean, why throw it away? Why waste the cookie?
Dude, the last time... Chick-fil-A is a healthy choice, too, when you're going on the road and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I haven't had Chick-fil-A in years. Yeah. I'm so, down to, I don't like going out to eat because I care about what I eat. Like, I always got to be eating healthy and stuff. I've been trying, incorporate, some chicken here, some, stuff I can buy at a store or go out to eat, get a taco maybe. Yeah. It's so hard, dude, especially when you're at the mindset of, I got a six-pack, and I don't ever want to lose it. And it's, the amount of energy it put to get to that point of having one. And then, you don't understand, maintaining it is a lot easier than...
It's a lot...
than retrying to get it.
Different things you have to do to keep that.
You gotta cut out...
don't know,
so much bread. I don't eat bread anymore. I haven't eaten bread in forever.
And that's one of my weaknesses. I love bread, bro.
Oh, dude, I
love bread.
I don't even remember what it tastes like. Raw cabbage is my bread now.
Yeah, so it bloats you up.
It's something that just gives you that crunch. Yeah. And I eat cereal. I have a really bad addiction with cereal. Yeah. When it comes to any type of cereal.
I love breakfast food. Pancakes, eggs,
dude, I miss bacon. The freaking high school days of going to Chick-fil-A, getting a chocolate milkshake and a spicy chicken sandwich, or going to Royal Farms and getting their thick cut fries. Oh my god, if I worked at Royal Farms, I'd be fat as hell eating those thick cut fries all day.
Imagine me working at Dumpsters with the freaking milkshakes and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't drink them that much.
That work at Dumpsters. There's some babes.
Yes.
I see one sucking on a milkshake. I'm like, she's sitting there trying to get it out of the straw. I'm like, oh.
Let me help you out. Come here. Let me help you out.
Fuck, I'm thinking about that later. No, but it's cool, man. I mean, that's a lot of... I was talking to one of my buddies, Alan. Alan Nguyen.
Yes, the name sounds very familiar. If I put a face,
he's a Vietnamese kid, but he works at a sushi place. To a name,
I would.
Works at a sushi place.
Okay.
I was like, "Did you basically got hired because you're Chinese ethnicity?" And he was like, "You're right." He goes, "My buddy owns the place, but when you want to go to an authentic restaurant,
you want to see what."
If you
the
say
culture
I want,
brings,
but if you say I want to go to an authentic Mexican restaurant, you don't go to the place that's owned by the white guy who owns.
Hey, you don't want to walk up to the guy. Hey, how's it going?
You want Mexicans cooking your food. Exactly. I don't mean to be PC here, but
no, it's true.
That's what
how
you
want.
Know. And the funny thing is, I bet you, if you ever seen the show Hot Ones, where they eat hot wings,
I love that show.
I've had their hottest sauce. My buddy actually just ordered the Last Dab.
Yeah, that sauce is ridiculous.
He just ordered that. I've been dumping that on everything. It's not hot at all.
What?
It's not. I don't understand how. Well, I can handle really spicy stuff. Everything I eat's cayenne pepper, spiced up.
I mess with my stomach, man. I can't.
I interviewed an Indian woman on one of my podcasts. Her name's Drew, and she gave me this hot chili curry sauce that she can only do a spoonful. And she's from Central America, Central America. She's from Guyana. These peppers are 10 times hotter than a ghost pepper, and her dad grows them out in the heat and put them in a sauce. And she's like, take a small little fingerful.
You're like, where's the spoon at?
That's what I said. I was like, where's the spoon at? And I grabbed it and started eating it out of the thing. She's like, you must be Indian or something. I was like, I my taste buds can just handle it for some reason. But it's when you come down to that sauce is just, it's shit. I see those guys on Hot Ones. I'm like, I can fucking do
You see the Chef Ramsay one?
Yeah, he drank a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, and he was freaking rubbing lemons on his ass.
I'm pretty sure he's got an ulcer in his stomach, though.
Man, and
that's why he was doing that.
Chefs,
and his taste buds,
they have really sensitive taste buds.
Well, his taste buds are his money, so he can't be burning them off too. I like Bill Burr's. Did you see Bill Burr on there?
No, I haven't watched that one.
He's they gave him milk, and it was like warm milk. And he's like, this is like shit ISIS gives people, warm-ass milk. And he said something about French. He's like, do I have to apologize? Nah, fuck it. It's a joke.
Bill Burr is hilarious, bro. And a lot of people now are so sensitive. Like, I remember the Dave Chappelle show when there's a skit where there's a black guy who's blind. He's blind, excuse me, but he thinks he's in the KKK, right?
Yeah.
And
he's a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Too. He was on the
it
Walking
was
Dead
so
thing.
hilarious, man. It was so hilarious.
People would flip out about that.
Oh my goodness! You can't do that now.
You can't play Johnny Bravo anymore.
Oh, you can't do any of that.
Even though he was a giant muscular guy that always got rejected, and the nerd got the girl. And you know Daniel Tosh, he's got a whole bunch of episodes he can't play anymore. He's got a rough kind of personality, but that's his humor.
Yeah.
And I remember he cracked the Michael Jordan AIDS joke.
Mm.
He goes, because some fan heckled him, said, you suck, or something, because he wasn't, like, cracking a bunch of jokes. And he goes, I hope you get AIDS, like, you know, and then, like, as a thing, everyone's like, he's like, no, the Michael Jordan type AIDS, where he makes a lot of money, and, like, he's really good at sports, and, like, it was that kind of thing. And, like, you couldn't do that.
Yeah,
and then,
can't
like,
do that.
Tropic Thunder was the last movie.
Oh, Blackface.
Last movie.
Oh, that was hilarious, though.
Yeah, but you can't do that now.
Robert Downey Jr. is a legend.
That's the same thing. Like, I try to get this one guy on my podcast. He's like, I'm afraid, like, I say something, then 10 years from now, someone's going to be like, you know, you said this on Robbie's podcast. I was like, first of all, you think my podcast's going to blow up that much? I'll probably
You got to believe in yourself, man. Why not?
I
you got a great thing going
do it because it's fun.
I appreciate you bringing me on.
I appreciate you coming out, man. But it's like, I appreciate just, like, I like talking to people. Like, it's cool. Like, I mean, we never get this. When do we ever get to, like, the time to actually sit one-on-one?
No one really does it anymore. Even when they go out to dates with their significant other, they're on their phones waiting for the food or taking pictures of the food.
That's the one thing that pisses me off. When my kid gets a phone, it's going to have to be at an age where, you know, he's not able to. I don't want him playing games at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that in public, and the dad lets the kid have the volume up or something at the freaking public restaurant.
I hate that shit.
I'm sitting here trying to order wings, and you got this little kid blasting.
Can't even hear my order.
It's like, oh my god! It's like, and then the dad's cheering them on. I'm like, that's the person that grows up in society where they're on speakerphone in the middle of like a restaurant, or you know, they're an adult in public. Yeah. I had a woman, I went into Starbucks like a year ago, that was on her freaking phone talking to her bank in the middle of Starbucks.
Excuse
me,
ma'am. Could you please put your phone away and take your order? Just 1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Yeah, but
step out of line or
she's
something.
She's having
a
full-on conversation with her bank. I'm like, what is going on? It's on speakerphone. Does she like not know it doesn't have to be on speaker?
That's how my mom is too. Please forgive her, but.
Dude, my mom,
everywhere.
My mom voice texts.
Yeah, same with my mom.
The way she says it, and then the way the machine interprets it.
She gets mad.
Seems like she's yelling.
Yeah.
So she sends me a text like, hey, can you? She might be saying like, hey, can you pick up laundry? Turn her phone's like, pick up laundry detergent. I'm like, are you telling me to pick up laundry detergent? Like, what the hell did I say to you? And it's like, no, I'm voice texting. I'm like, well, fucking write it out. I'd rather. You know, you take the minute to do it than freaking get into an argument.
That's how my mom is, man. My mom gets mad at Siri. She doesn't call her Siri. Syria, text to Sean, and then she starts yelling. Damn it, Siri! Siri,
30 times.
Yeah, text this for me.
Taking you to Texas.
What?
I said, you want an avocado? It's telling me go to Texas.
Yeah, that's how. Oh man. Technology, she doesn't know how to work it the best. She doesn't know how to work it the best, man.
Dude, so funny. Like my grandma knows some technology better than I do. I've fallen out of that realm because I've witnessed what what's gonna happen.
Even Elon Musk said it. You know, he was on a Joe Rogan podcast as well.
Oh, and dude, I've seen every single episode.
Man,
I'm rewatching them all from the first one now. Like, I've seen all 1,000 something. I'm watching them now again from the first one. I'm at 300.
Yeah.
Because I work out for 2 hours, 3 hours.
And
it's the length of a Joe Rogan podcast.
You have time.
So I've been listening to it for 6 years now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why didn't I do this? And then next thing you know, I just started thinking about it.
I want to eventually have my own podcast as well.
Dude, I'll get you
YouTube channel.
I will be your first person on there, bro.
I would love it. I would love to.
See, I had the idea in my head for so long, like I wanted to start a podcast, and then I started with little lapel mics, that thing that's in that little case right there, plugs into my iPhone, and they're little clip-on mics.
Yeah.
They work so well, dude. It's $30 on Amazon. The next thing you know, I just upgraded to the mobile recorder. Eventually, I want to have a studio set up where we have headphones and microphones. And
I want to have, like, camera work, like visuals.
I want to do that, too. I always said when I hit, like, 100 or 60-something episodes, if I stuck with it, then I was going to I was going to hit that mark with
That's what I definitely want to have the lighting and
video and stuff.
Another thing, I don't know if you've done it or not, but you should have pictures of people you interview if they're okay with that. Take pictures.
I've wanted to do that, so because I usually just take one off their Instagram or find a photo about them that like resonates with what our conversation was, and then just throw out of the blank.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
But what I want to start doing, once I start getting, I think around probably like the second season, which I'm going to start after probably 100 episodes, I'm going to change the whole logo cover type of the podcast from the white circle to the something else, like do another edit one, and then I'm going to start having like a notepad for people to write stuff down during the conversations we have. So like whatever your thing is, and then I'll get a photo, like I'll get an old Polaroid type thing, and
save them.
Yeah,
put them up on the wall.
Post them up on the wall, so I'll have them around the studio. So it's like I want to start doing that because eventually I want to have you on again.
Yeah,
I want to have everybody return. I want to do combination podcasts.
Awesome.
Me, you, Brock. Me, you, Mike Otwell. Me, you, whoever you want. If you have a friend that wants to do the podcast, like,
of course,
I want to do all that shit because like everyone thinks like, do you just do people you know? I'm like, dude, I try to message out to everyone, but I'm trying to find people that are like,
willing and open. I didn't even. It blew my mind when you had messaged me. I was like, "Is this Robbie? Hold on, let me look again. Robbie, podcast? I don't even know you're doing a podcast,
exactly.
bro. It's awesome.
Everyone's like, "Why aren't you spreading it more?" Like, because a lot of people come on, they're like, "Dude, I didn't even know you had a podcast." So I was like, "I'm not. It's not that I don't spread it. Like, I have a page and stuff, but it's like." I want to message you and then have you come on. I don't want to spend money like Facebook tries to get you to do with it. Spend $15 to advertise your podcast. It's
crazy, right?
Like, no, I don't want to do that because I like it. I want you to be able to tell it through your words to your friends and be like, dude, I did it. It was fucking awesome. You should do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely make like a short video of
that's how I got 3 people for my podcast. My one buddy David that was on. My buddy Tyler who's a firefighter. He told David about it, and David's like, dude, when you messaged me, I was like, I was totally down for it, because Tyler said he had a great time on it. I was like, that's what I wanted.
Of course. Like, word of mouth is still the best advertisement.
It's still,
you ask me. One of the biggest forms.
If you told me, hey, buy this brand of deodorant, it works fucking awesome. I'm like, well, next time I see you in the store, I'm like, Deshaun said buy that deodorant. I'm going to buy that deodorant. And then you're like, it's a good deodorant. Hitler supports it, though. I'm like, shit, it's Hitler.
Well, Hitler, I'll buy it one time.
Let me try it. The Third Reich wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's cool because it's like, you understand the people that you can take credit for. The people you have respect for, their word when they give you something, it means something a little bit more. And that's what I aspire to do. Like, I don't lie. I don't try and do any of that. First of all, if you lie once, I figured this out in high school. Once you start lying, you got to cover up lies on lies, and the next
white
thing
lies,
you get caught
small
in that
lies,
shit.
bro.
I think the only lies I really ever do is like, you do the dishes, and then like 5 minutes later, be like, fuck, I didn't do the dishes, sorry, and it's like, you know what I mean. And that's another thing too. Well, like I'll be doing the dishes, and like I'll do them without anybody asking. My mom like, oh, you did the dishes, but you didn't put them away. I fucking grab every plate out of that dishwasher. I start licking that shit. I said, I put it right back in there. I said, fuck it. You're going to give me that backhanded compliment. You're
for sure. I mean, hey.
That's like what you do to a girl. It's like, hey, you look very nice today. Oh, thank you. You probably could have did this to your hair, though. And then she's like, you motherfucker.
I don't like the shoes you have on with that dress.
Dude, shit, man. That always brings me back to the fact of what you were saying about looks, dude. Because
man,
society focuses so hard on that shit.
I used to think I was horrible, like ugly. I'd never talk to girls, or when I did talk to girls, I was so shy. Oh man, good thing I could sing because man.
You can sing?
Yeah, back in school, I always
you
used
just
to
got
sing.
hype, yo. You gospel singer? Did you sing in church?
Yeah, of course.
I had a feeling.
Of course, bro. Like that's the only way I could get girls. I thought, but I was like, oh, I'm not funny. I'm not good looking.
Can you sing the Sarah McLachlan commercial?
I hate that commercial. It's like you wake up.
Well, I'm gonna go shove my head in a blender.
What's on the TV? Oh
Sarah
shit!
McLachlan.
Please donate $1 for the dogs or
I don't
the
have
kids.
a
Or
dollar. Honestly, I'll donate $1 over the kids. Fuck the kids.
Yeah, like
Care
what?
about the dog.
Fuck those organizations. You don't know.
That's
what
funny
those,
because it's a
that
statistical
money's going.
fact. The SPCA gets more money than the kids in Africa do.
Isn't that crazy? And who knows if the kids in Africa are really getting that money?
And you know who gets more money than the dogs?
The CEOs get more money than anybody.
Yeah, but you know what commercials get the most?
What's that?
Fucking whales.
Really?
Whales get so much funding from people donating. You would think it'd be like monkeys or some shit. Nope.
No, those bitches are
People
huge.
rather donate to a monkey than rather donate to kids in Africa.
A
How
lot of people
fucked up
like
is that?
we came from monkeys. Why
Now-
not donate it?
I saw a picture of an African kid that was so starved that his ribs were ripping through his skin.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, that freaked me out to the point where I would donate, like,
Yeah, and that's how they
If I
get
had
you.
some change.
That's how they get you.
fuck the Salvation Army.
You know?
Those kids in Africa need my help.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen what Akon's been doing, but it's huge, man. He's giving electricity to millions and millions and millions over there in Africa just for solar panels. Just with solar panels, building solar panels.
That's
man.
amazing that someone gives back to.
And there's a lot of
communities
resources,
like that.
untapped resources, that are over there in Africa and these third world countries that could really not just help them, but help us as well.
The freaking Captain America shield was made out of was
Vibranium is, you know how.
I love how you fucking bought that name out immediately. You nerd
Yeah,
out.
I'm a superhero geek, man. I love video games and the whole
Did
nine.
you like Black Panther?
Yeah, I did.
I never seen it yet.
I did. It's really good. Not just because it's all black cast or film or whatever, but it does give motivation to say that kid who's getting bullied, who's black or who's darker than the other kids or
Black
whatever.
people can be superheroes too.
Yeah, man. It really goes to show that
You know, my favorite
you can
superhero,
do whatever you want. You know?
I don't mean to cut you off. My favorite superhero was originally black.
Yeah.
You know who it was?
Who's that?
Green Lantern.
I was about to say that.
Green Lantern was a black guy.
I was about to say that.
I like Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, but
He hated the movie.
he hated the movie. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty good. I don't like how they
Fucking hates that movie.
yeah, but the original Green Lantern from Ryan Reynolds from Justice League
He's a
TV
black
show
guy.
was a black
Even
guy.
in the comics, the original one was a black guy. But hey,
Fucking
it is what it is.
Hal Jordan-dom.
Yeah.
White guy.
A white guy, Michael Jordan, but let's name him Hal Jordan instead.
Put the white effect on his skin.
I mean, but with Black Panther, man, it really it was never like a movie like that. There was never a black superhero that was so strong.
Exactly.
Like that,
Why
you know?
was that though?
I mean, a lot of people will say Blade, but Blade didn't really make an impact like Black Panther did.
Blade was a good fucking movie.
And Blade, Wesley Snipes, come on, man. Michael Jai White, like,
Ryan Reynolds was in Blade.
yeah, bro. As Deadpool. Now, look at him. But,
He's ripped.
man, it's a really great movie. You should really check it out.
Check
it out.
I saw Doctor Strange on Netflix, and I watched the first 10 minutes of it and fucking hated it. Because it was like the slowest beginning to a movie ever. And my buddy's like, yeah, skip to 15 minutes in, like just sitting there for another 5 minutes. You'll love it. It'll be your favorite movie. I'm like, I don't know. That 5 minutes later was the best because that's when he started.
The story, bro.
That's when he was at that Chinese temple and they flicked him through like the parallel universe.
I don't know if you're into that type of stuff, but I am.
Dude, that blows my fucking mind. I was like,
it was like a DMT trip. It looked like a DMT trip. I want to go and do that as well.
What, DMT?
Yeah, ayahuasca. I want to go to the motherlands and do that, bro.
You're
Joe Rogan got me into
I'm about
that.
to say, you're definitely a Joe Rogan person.
Joe Rogan
That's
got me
all
into
he
that, bro.
fucking swears
Years
by.
ago.
Have you seen Duncan Trussell on that one?
Yeah, I have.
That guy's been to the next dimension.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen to his podcast, man.
It's just psychedelics, you know? It's not...
The world of psychedelics, man. See, I'm afraid...
And DMT is found in everything.
The way they think of it, like doing that, I don't have the courage to do it because I think of it the way Bert Kreischer thinks of it. Where he says he's afraid he's going to go there and then not come back.
Yeah.
I'm afraid because
I'm afraid of that too.
My mind takes me places that I don't understand. But if you like even smoking weed, like people understand there's an overdose amount on weed too. People are like, you can't OD on weed. It actually can. It's a scientific fact. It's called green out. It's what happens is your body it gets overstimulated in a way where it can't focus, and then super paranoia leaks out. A lot of people say you're just getting really paranoid. No, it has effects where you can get severe stomach problems, diarrhea, throwing up. I had experienced that before. A lot of people usually go to sleep because what happens is your body throws yourself into an effect when you get too sick, when you drink too much water, when you do something that is overly going to hurt your body in the long run, where your brain, like if you get super drunk, your brain's going to shut out. It's called blackout.
Of course.
Your brain's stopping itself from consuming more alcohol because it needs to repair itself, and it needs to make sure your body's not going into,
shock and everything.
It hits a red zone where it's like, all right, your body's in critical mode. We need to shut it down so you don't hurt yourself anymore. Your body does that with weed too, but your body doesn't know how to control it because when you smoke weed, it's a slow process. Like the immediate effect of getting high, and then it lasts for so long. Your body's like, when's this going to end? Yeah. So a lot of times I would just go to sleep because I'd be so high. I'd be trying to focus on like, how do you breathe? I forgot how to breathe. And like, how do you sleep? I don't know how to close my eyes.
That's
anymore.
interesting. I'm gonna look into that. That's interesting.
It's called green out, and they started figuring that out.
Never heard of that.
Apparently, a way to counteract it is like it's simple remedies and shit from counteracting green out. Taking a shower. I've done that before. A lot of people say it kills your high.
Yeah,
it does. Also, drinking milk. Stuff that's calming and has vitamins and basically like flushes out your body in a way.
Yeah.
If you ever drink too much soda or drink, too much of a certain thing and you feel like bloated and just uncomfortable and really, really in pain, if you take a shower, a nice hot shower, a nice cold shower.
Yeah, that's happened to me when I used to smoke weed.
Yeah,
it kills the high for sure.
It also, because it's clearing out your body of all your toxins.
Cleans your pores out.
Yeah, exactly. And like going to sleep does the same thing. It's basically pushing the effect on to the next day. The only problem is if you do an edible. Yeah,
I was just about to say that. Unless it's an edible, you wake up and you're still high as shit.
You're groggy. You're groggy. Those were my high school days. That's where I said we're eating a bag of Doritos. I remember freaking getting baked and going downstairs, grabbing a salad bowl, dumping a whole box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch into a bowl, and we're sitting and watching Friday, and I was too lazy to switch the DVD. So
like we had a urine analysis today at Drill, and I get piss tested randomly at FedEx as well.
Yeah, I know the delivery companies.
Oh man, it has a lot of
piss tested at Dunkin' Donuts too. You know that?
Oh, I had no clue.
Isn't that ridiculous? Or maybe it's just my buddy that gets piss tested.
You've been eating a lot of these donuts back here. I'll pull you into the office.
That's probably true, man. If you work at Taco Bell and you got piss tested, there be nobody working at fucking Taco Bell. It's open at 2 o'clock in the morning, dude. You're basically either drunk or you're high going through that drive-thru.
That's one thing, like at Dumpsters, man. Oh my goodness, because we're right there on 49th Street. You could make a YouTube channel off the shit that you see in the summertime. Just off that sidewalk,
eating ice cream, man.
Oh, man. So many drunk couples getting into arguments. Girls in bikinis walking back there.
Have you ever fucked with the drunk people?
All the time, bro. There's so many, because our window is like right there off the curb.
What's your best thing you did to them?
Well, this is a story, right? Here's a quick story. There's these two girls that had walked up to the window.
Story time.
And they're knocking on the window. Hey, open up. You guys got some food in there? And this one guy was like, yeah, if you show us your titties. And freaking girl lifts her shirt up and shows us her titties.
Oh my God.
So, of course, he had to go ahead and give her some food.
You know what's funny?
It was crazy, but even before he said that,
imagine
she had showed her titties, but he had missed it.
Imagine if she had a mole on her titties.
That would have been hot. No.
No, but
no.
I fucked with drunk.
She wasn't the prettiest girl either. Everyone's pretty in their own way. Everyone has their own little thing, but I wasn't interested. I'll say that much.
Keep the shirt up. Let me look at those. I don't want to see your face. Don't put it down.
Yeah.
No, but I used to, my brother used to work at Fishtails, so he'd always tell me stories about with like drunk people, and I remember I was like, he was like, yeah, our trick is we like to throw quarters in front of them, and I'm like, what? And he goes, come here, and he shows me one night of him throwing quarters on the ground in front of drunk people. They go to pick it up. Pass out, slam face first on the ground. I'm like, that's fucked up.
And laughing, he's laughing. You see that shit?
They all do it, dude.
Laughing his ass
off. I'm like,
off.
that's funny though, because that's how you like, someone's a dick in the middle or at the ending of the night. He said one time, what Fishtails does, it's a local bar.
Of course, I've been there.
Well, I know you know, but for anybody listening.
Oh yeah, Fishtails.
Yeah, you forgot we're having a recording going on.
Yeah, I was just talking now.
Yeah, see, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is when they confiscate IDs from underage kids with fake IDs, they label them and they laminate them onto the stools there at the bar. And he said, my brother said one night he got like a dad was there and he got up from the stool. He's like, "That's my fucking daughter. It's his daughter's fake ID laminated that he was sitting on the whole fucking night. He's sitting on his daughter's face." And freaking sees his fake daughter, and he was so pissed he was trying to take the stool, and they made him fucking keep it there like that. Security was not having that shit.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine that?
Well, there's another story, man. This happens a bunch of times. One girl had walked in, and she was an African American girl. It was me and this other guy in the kitchen at the time. I was like, "Hey, man, you know who this girl is?" He said, "Hell no, man, get her out of here." I was like, "Oh, yeah." She was like stumbling and leaning to the side. "Yeah, I know you." I'm like, "No, sorry, ma'am, you can't be in." It's so many people stumble into the kitchen, asking for food or whatever, so we have to close that door sometimes back there.
You're fucking hungry, man.
Oh, dude,
when you're drunk
wasted.
or you're stoned at 2 o'clock in the morning, what's the one place you want or one thing you want's food?
That's one thing.
That's why Taco Bell is fucking awesome.
In the summertime, it's open until 3 a.m.
My buddy Chris Burt, I don't know if you know Chris Burt.
Oh yeah, I know Chris Burt.
He's a state trooper. He was on my podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
I've rode with him a couple times at Infinity. He's a big boy now, man. I used to go to Christian school with him as well.
But he recently became like a state trooper or deputy sheriff, and he tells me he sits out at Taco Bell like at 3 o'clock in the morning. The cops just sit by there because it's always someone drunk and someone stoned going in there. And like Bill Burr has the best thing about that. He goes, sometimes I drink and drive. He goes, sometimes it's 3 in the morning and I'm like, fuck it, I want a taco. I don't care if someone's loved ones die.
Yeah,
like, fuck it. Yeah,
I'm gonna do what I have to do to get this damn taco.
That's like the one thing. My mom's friend that you know, like she came home like drunk one night, and I mean it was funny because I was like, she was like, I really want Taco Bell, and I was like, the first thing I was like, everybody wants Bell. You either want Taco Bell or you want fucking some greasy ass Royal Farms chicken.
Yeah, I'd rather fucking burgers.
You want burgers when you're drunk or messed up?
Or pizza.
What's your favorite high food?
Pizza. I love pizza.
My answer would have been anything.
Mostly anything cereal. That I can see, really. But if I had a choice and I had the discipline to wait, pizza.
You ever seen the comedian Bo Burnham?
No.
He was talking about making a sandwich drunk and making a sandwich high. And he's like drunk and he's just like grabbing a bunch of stuff and throwing it all together and starts eating it.
And it tastes so good.
Then when it's him high, it's like a 30-minute like long like bit that he's doing. Yeah. He's like dancing around the kitchen, like grabs a jar of peanut butter, sprinkles it onto the thing, and then starts running over, grabs the slices of bread, starts juggling the bread, and then he throws it on the thing. And he's like grabbing everything in the kitchen and makes it in there, and his mom walks in the door and goes, "What are you doing?" And he's hiding the jar of peanut butter. He's like, because he was eating out of it. Huh? He's hiding it behind his back. And she's like, "What is that? What is that?" He goes, "It's a jar of peanut butter." And she's like, "That's a jar of mayonnaise." He's like,
"Oh, yeah, I did see that. That's his name? What's his name?"
Bo Burnham.
Oh, okay. I have seen that skit.
It's like, it's funny because when you're high, you're like, you're trying to cook food.
That's me on a normal, though. That's me on the regular. I do that.
When you're trying to cook food when you're high, you start seeing everything in the kitchen. You just start adding shit together. Fritos on top of a peanut butter sandwich inside of it. You know, like
let me toast the bread first. Already got the peanut butter and shit on it.
Well, you keep looking for like the thing to make the sandwich, and your brain's like trying to figure out where everything is. Next thing you know, you're running the cereal. You start grabbing handfuls of cereal, crunching it, throwing it into your freaking salad, and doing all this shit. And you're like, what the hell are you doing? Next thing you know, you sit down to eat, and afterwards you're like, what did I just do to myself? But it's the best part of the world.
How about you? What's your favorite fucking high food?
My favorite high food. Oh my god.
I
don't know. The only thing
snack or something you make.
The only thing a nice, really, really like. I think I haven't gotten high in so long, but when I used to was, I would take a freaking spoon. I mean, like a giant like stirring spoon.
Jelly.
And would stick it in a thing of peanut butter.
Oh.
And I would clunk it onto the sandwich, but my ass was so lazy even when I wasn't stoned.
You just spread it?
Well, to spread... I never even did that.
No, I mean with the bread.
So I just put the bread on top? Yeah, I never did that. So what happened is I'd take the first like 5 bites would be nothing but bread. And in the middle was just a giant glob of peanut butter to the point where you're like... And like trying not to choke and die. I did that when I was older. I remember you could tell when your dad makes your sandwich and your mom makes your sandwich. Your mom spreads that shit out on like
so
nice, every single slice is like, they're the people that put it on both sides of the bread, the peanut butter, and then put the jelly on top. Or they put peanut butter on one side and then jelly and they mix it together. They don't like putting it, or the savage that puts it on in the same fucking thing. And then
those are savages.
I could tell when my dad made my lunch because whenever I would eat, it would be like on one side it wouldn't be a lot of peanut butter, and then it wouldn't reach all the way around the thing. And then when my mom did, she spread that shit out and did that. And then when I did it, I didn't even use a butter knife. I used a regular steak knife, and I'm like cutting the bread and shit, and like it's cutting through.
Sometimes it's
because I would be like ready to play video games. It'd always be like when I made my sandwiches, it was my like no school or something, so I'd go down, grab a bag of Doritos, and make myself a sandwich and run upstairs and sit up there. I remember my parents used to just end up bringing up food to me because they were like, you haven't come down all day to eat anything. You don't understand. When your mind's occupied, you don't get hungry.
Yeah.
If you're in the middle of something, like if you're out and like doing a job and you're constantly moving or something, you don't think about food. Your mind's like, next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, I missed lunch. And then like, but when you're playing video games, that thing captivates your mind so much that like, if you're not like a fitness person that has meal times or something, you're like, oh my god, I went all day without eating. And then you just go and binge out on like a bunch of food and then go back upstairs, but you don't gain a pound. Because your body's like, I need to focus on eating all this in this certain amount of time.
That's what happened when I was I used to take ADHD medication. Because
I have really bad
balls
ADHD.
Off the wall, boy. I was jumping and running. I used to get in trouble all the time. But one thing it did was it made me not eat. Like, I was so focused on whatever I was doing, I forgot about eating or drinking. Like, say I had an art project due, I would focus on that art project until it was done.
Adderall's a drug, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it's literally meth.
It is. That's probably one of the main reasons I stayed so skinny as well. You know, because I only got to eat.
You don't get hungry
on the weekends when I didn't have to take my medication.
See, I have ADHD real bad too. But I don't take medication for it. I kind of learned to control it once I got older.
Too now. I had to get off of it so I could join military.
In school, it was hard because the teacher was like, why the hell are you sharpening your pencil 30 times
already? Yeah,
like,
same.
The pencil's not going to get any smaller.
Or I would erase. I got so bad. I used to erase so much, my teachers would take my eraser from me because it had to be perfect.
Yeah.
It had to be perfect.
Well, so yeah, she was like, the teacher would always tell me, like, you can't, your pencil's down to, like, you know, like...
you always used to write with small-ass pencils,
too,
bro.
It was like... The teacher was like, you know, you can't. The pencil's not getting any smaller. I'm like, if you've seen my dick, it can get smaller. No, it's like, I'm just kidding. I got a nice hog. No, but
nice, meaty, strong stallion.
Sausage. No, but it's like, it was just crazy because like I remember all that shit where like you know I grew out of it and like. I figured out once I got older what the feeling was like, that's where my sense of anxiety was. The feeling that I was going to be, I'm stuck behind a desk, I can't stop shaking my foot.
Yeah.
While I'm having this conversation with you, my mind is focused in on the conversation, but I'm also thinking about 30 different things.
I am too,
once.
like the UFC fight right now.
And that's like, exactly, that's what brings my conversations with people to like so many different outlets, because it's like, why does it call Out of the Blank and it goes everywhere? Try having a person with ADHD talking to somebody who doesn't have it, or someone who does have it. The conversation is going to be two completely different things.
Like, hey, let's go back to that one subject we were on. And 80 person with ADHD was like, well, which one? We were just talking about this.
Yeah, we're just talking about this. It's like, shit, you got to have that same thing.
Exactly.
Dude, like MMA, man. You got into that shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm a fucking fanatic. I'm a huge fan.
That's an addiction, bro.
I'm a huge fan. Like, all the time.
You talk about wanting to work out and do all that stuff. That is freaking working out. You're nuts, man.
My girlfriend hates it.
Dude,
I haven't been able to train as much as I used to, but I'm getting back into it, man.
Dude, I like a girl that knows how to fight.
Yeah, sometimes
like a Ronda Rousey chick that can throw me through a fucking
Ronda Rousey's
table.
Okay.
I'm not a hitter of women.
Yeah.
But I like being able to be in like a car and like a girl's in the passenger seat.
And she can defend her own. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I'm sitting there like someone's pissing me off from me. Like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of this guy. Like, you know, because when you're driving, you're aware. Like, that's why you get so angry. That's where a lot of the angry driving comes from, is because you're in a vehicle moving and like everyone's on edge. Basically, they're on scale 10. Even if you don't feel like you are.
Exactly.
And when someone's like flicking you off out the window and you're like, I'm about to get out and fight this guy. I want a chick that's like, don't, because he's going to kick your ass and I'm going to have to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, like, that's nice to know. And then when I like the ones that like, they like to wrestle, they like to have fun with it. I don't want a chick that's going to give me black eyes and shit, but I want a chick that's like, you really want to go? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's do it. There was one time we were just messing around. And she's like, I said, babe, just leave me alone, please. Just leave me alone. So she's like, oh, I know what to cheer you up. She goes and gets the gloves. And she's like, come on. You want to fuck with me? Come on. I'm like, oh, my God, dude.
She kicks your ass and says, now, you make me a sandwich. Like, do you want the crust cut off?
Or what?
Do you want the jelly on one side of the bread or the other?
I miss it, man. I like, now, since I'm not in the gym as much as I used to be, I'm up to date with like all the MMA news, whether it's UFC or one championship or kickboxing. If you ask me about, okay, well, who's the starting lineup for the Lakers tonight? Oh, well, LeBron James is on the team, right?
Like, I heard. Shit. I keep saying I'm gonna get into football every year, and the next thing you know, I'm like, so when's the Super Bowl? Dude, that already happened. I'm like, when the fuck?
Now, admittedly, I'm a Patriots fan. I am. I've been a Patriots fan.
Are you happy about what happened?
It was a defensive game, bro.
You love the Patriots, don't you?
It was, hey.
You love the Patriots.
Kudos to the Rams.
Tom Brady kisses everyone on the fucking
mouth?
saw
that. Hey, look, I do not.
What in the hell, man?
I do not support that type of. To each their own.
I'm not against gay people. I have gay people in my family. Hell, dude, I was freaking 20 when
Robert Kraft is like kissing your granddad on the lips.
I found out I was 20 when my grandma was a lesbian. She was a lesbian most of my childhood.
Yeah,
and I was completely oblivious to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I try to separate, the athlete from their personal life. But that's something you couldn't miss, though.
Dude, everyone's got their own outlets, man. Everyone's got their own kinks, man. Everyone's got something. Whether it's childhood imprinting, I've talked about. I'm obsessed with psychology.
Yeah.
And childhood imprinting, like, the effects of what happens to you in your, like, young development can affect you for the rest of your life. Yeah. There are people that get fucked by a guy, and they're not gay. They are married to a woman. They love their wife, but that turns them on if a guy bangs them, or that aspect of it.
There's certain things like that,
though, it's like, that's not his fault that he was child imprinted in that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's insane to think about how, like, a body can take a person's reaction to pain, and it can be a good thing. Like, some people that get turned on by touching light bulbs and burning themselves or doing something like that. We've all witnessed
or
those
fucking
people.
inanimate objects.
Yeah, we think of that as, like, not the banging of objects, but we think of people that like to hurt themselves as emos and stuff, and they like the pain. It's because, their mind's disconnected in a different way from what normal standards would be. And with ADHD, that's considered a mental illness.
Yeah.
that is in my psychiatry class. Like a lot of people, I don't consider that a mental
I don't
illness.
either.
I think of it maybe as a mental handicap, but in also ways it's beneficial because I get a lot more shit done.
Exactly, way more than you, and you're jealous.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
You're picking on me because I'm better. My helmet has 2 stripes.
I can go out and work, and then go out and work out, and still have time and energy to come home and cook.
I legit sleep 3 hours a night.
Yeah.
And I get more shit done.
On average, maybe 4 for me. I feel it sometimes in the morning, but...
Oh, dude, I feel it for sure.
Oh, man.
But, like, once I start moving...
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
The problem is once I start sitting down and start getting into, like, lazy mode is when you start getting tired as fuck. Like, your body's like, yo, if we're sitting down, we're going to sleep this for, like, 10 minutes and then get you back up.
Yeah, I hate it sometimes. Like, long car drives, just going in a straight road. If I don't have music on or something, oh, man.
Isn't that scary when you're driving sometimes and it's like late at night and you feel yourself conking out at the wheel? Or you gotta roll down the fucking window and then freaking stick your head out there, or you gotta like slap yourself in the face, or
I've done it multiple times.
I'm telling you, what's a good one, if you're gonna end up being a truck driver down the road, getting a nice cold little like water bottle with like a towel, dabbing the towel and then slapping your face with it, or just like not like slapping like at a distance, but like just patting your eyes or something. That cold water wakes you up for a good minute and you're good to go for the minute, and the next thing you know it starts coming back.
Instead of freaking, I want natural sugars or natural caffeine instead of artificial stuff like Mountain Dew and stuff like that.
Energy drinks.
Yeah, so you crash eventually.
Yeah,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
only a matter of time, and it's horrible for your heart, especially if you drink. Excuse me, say 3 of them in a day.
You're looking at the kid that after his senior year, he was drinking 5 20-ounce Red Bulls.
Yeah, like
in 2 hours from 8 a.m. From 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., I would drink 5 20-ounce Red Bulls on my way into work doing jet skis in the morning and eat a bag of Skittles. And like my brother's girlfriend was like, "You're going to have a heart attack at the age of like 22." And I was only like 18 at the time, so I was like, shit.
Fuck you! I'm gonna keep eating these Skittles.
And then at 12 o'clock, because I worked at Hoopers, behind Hoopers, I worked at the jet ski place back there. I would walk over from the Crab House to Chipotle that was right down the street. I ate that once, never ate it again. I've never eaten Chipotle's from when they first opened up down here.
How come? You got sick or something?
I was filling up jet skis, because when you're doing jet skis, you don't really get a lunch break. You get like, whenever it's slow, you get food. And we're never slow, so we have like 12 trips that go out a day. Yeah. But those 12 trips are like 18 jet skis. You're in charge of 18 people of different ages on freaking jet skis, like a machine that they can go wherever they want if they want. And the trips last an hour, and it takes like 30 minutes to get out to the riding area. So they only got like 5 minutes to the riding area, and they got people complaining and bitching, and then you're out in the sun all day. So what you gotta do is you get these freaking I got a burrito from Chipotle. I get back to the dock, so I'm fueling skis while I'm eating a burrito. It's my first burrito from Chipotle. Yeah. I got halfway into the burrito and I couldn't eat anymore because every bite tasted like gasoline.
Wow, shit.
I was spilling gas on my hands while trying to fill up jet skis. Yeah. And every time I walk into Chipotle now, like, I'll just walk in there and sit down when my buddy eats Chipotle. Yeah. I haven't had it since because every time I walk in there, I smell just gasoline. Damn. It's like the same people that
One of those things that happens.
Well, you know? My buddy that's been to war and shit, he talks about, like, when he goes and fuels up diesel, he smells he brings it back to his war stages and stuff, like him being in Afghanistan and fueling up tanks and shit using diesel, and it's like he can't handle it.
We have a sergeant who's been blown up a couple times. He has really bad PTSD.
Blown up a couple times.
Yeah, like you could be walking in the hallway and be like, "Hey, good morning, Sergeant." Yeah. How's it going? How's it going? And he keeps dapping you up 3 or 4 times throughout the day, asking you how you are. Ask you the same questions over and over again. I mean, it's so scary that sometimes you have to laugh at it, you know? Yeah. It's just one of the body's responses to one of those type of things, you know?
I think
he's a really nice guy, but yeah, he ran over a couple IEDs, so.
You know, my buddy's dad, I remember one time He was in the Army. And he liked to walk around like downstairs in his boxers, like shirt off, you know. And we were little kids at the time, but that's just what you do. I mean, I've done it too.
Yeah.
You walk down in your boxers and,
of course,
you know, get a drink from the fridge or something. And you know, he did it one time, and his whole back was all like different skin.
Yeah.
Like they took it from somewhere else, and he got a skin transplant. So I was like, I thought he got that from the war, and for the longest time I never asked him. I remember I was like 16. It was like I've known this kid for like 13 years now, and I finally asked him. I was like, "Can you tell me the story of how you burned your like back and all that? Was that from the war?" He goes, "No." He goes, "When I was a kid, I was playing with a fire. I burned myself." And I was like, "I've always thought it was from the war." He goes, "No, I didn't ever get it from the war." And I'm like, "Damn." That's 13-year conspiracy in my mind that just got shot out of a cannon.
Same, man. I had a neighbor. He was in the war as well, and he was missing a thumb, like top portion of his thumb.
It tells you he's fucking diabetes.
Well, I thought he had fucked it up in the war because he had went and got deployed in Desert Storm. I was like, oh shit, he lost that shit in the war or something. But he got his thumb cut off with the lawnmower, working on lawnmower. He cut his fucking thumb off, half portion of his thumb off, working on lawnmower.
You know,
what the fuck?
That's what makes you think about people that are always like, I don't want to go there because I don't want to lose my arm in a war that I don't care about. It's like, lose your fucking arm.
You know how many
cooking bread in a toaster. My grandpa has PTSD in a way where every time we go out to a damn restaurant, he has to ask the person when they're Chinese what country they're from.
Oh shit!
Because he gets like, it's not that he's offensed against like those like Koreans and stuff, but like he fought them.
Yeah.
So he wants to know like.
And people that he probably thought were civilians weren't civilians and tried to kill him.
It's weird because it's not that he won't eat what they make, but he gets nervous because he's afraid they're going to poison him. Because that was like the one thing they had to worry about too down there was them getting killed by like poisoning and stuff when they ate the local food there.
Exactly, because he probably thought the locals were friendly and they
like it takes them and like,
enemies.
Yo, Papa, we're at Applebee's. Ain't nobody poisoning your nachos. And if you are getting poisoned, you're just going to have some bad diarrhea.
Man, and another thing, like when I was going for basic training, oh man, I went to my mom's and we had a big cookout. My uncle came down and my uncle was prior service as well. And there was this one guy here, I never met him before. He was like, hey man, just don't lose your limbs over there. Like, what are you talking about? I'm just going to basic training. Yeah, it's cool, whatever. Just don't blow up. Like, what? I'm not. You don't not understand? Like, I'm not going active duty to Kuwait or somewhere. And blowing shit up. I'm just going to basic training. Okay, man, it's cool. Like, that's everyone's thoughts, you know.
My grandpa actually, in his basic training, what they did was they would throw grenades.
Yeah, we got to do that. That was awesome.
A lot of people, he would talk about wouldn't be able to, once they pull the pin, wouldn't be able to throw it. Yeah. So they had to have people talk other people in there. He's like, yeah, people blew up sometimes. It happened a couple of times. His front buddy got blown up by some dude that couldn't throw the grenade. And usually someone comes over and puts the pin back in the grenade and does it like that. Or they give you now they give you fake ones. But back in the day, they didn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they didn't have the logic to use a fake grenade.
I know now, because when we do like the practice test, we use fake ones, but we get to throw 2 live ones, which is pretty awesome. But we had this private named Blue Ball. And
Blue Ball?
Yeah, Blue Ball.
Did he have Blue Ball? No. Why did they call him Blue Ball?
Oh, that was his name. Blue Ball. His last name was Blue Ball. The drill sergeants used to pick on him from different battalions.
That was his last name. I thought his name was Blue. And
no, Blue Ball. They were, hey, Blue Balls, what's up, Blue Ball? It was crazy, but
that kid got bullied.
He had like Asperger's or something. He didn't end up making it. Yeah, they didn't find that out until after basic. He didn't even make it through basic because of that. But
now what's Asperger's word?
I don't get me.
Is that's not Tourette's, is it?
No, it's something neurological or something to do with the brain. I don't know for sure.
Like, how do you act though?
He was goofy. He used to like bite on his toenails at night. He would walk around the shower.
Oh, dude, I had a guy in my class that used to rock that
shower shoes on. Yeah, like, because the showers were dirty. It was like 50 guys who used the same showers. And he would walk around.
Dude, I know bodybuilders. I know bodybuilders.
And he would bite his toes the same night.
I know bodybuilders that I've like learned competition stuff from when I was getting into that, and they shower with shorts on. They don't like looking at I don't even like looking at myself in the mirror when I go and take a shower.
Man, it was wild.
It's the body.
First 72 hours were crazy. First 72 hours,
some
right?
private pile type shit.
Yeah, we only got 30-second showers. 30-second showers.
How you gonna wash your dick in 30 seconds?
And we got...
Unless you got a small dick.
30 seconds to brush our teeth as well.
Alright, well, I don't even brush my teeth.
First 72 hours, right? And, oh man, they would make fun of us. You fucking private stink. Whoa, you guys need a shower. I'm like, yeah, you motherfuckers.
If you didn't give me 30 seconds, what's this, a toll phone call?
And the water was freezing. Like, it wasn't enough time to get the water hot. Of course. So we're in there hitting all the hot spots and shit. Come out still soapy. And they would count it down. Rotate, get the fuck out the shower now. It was wild, bro.
I see, that's why I couldn't be a Navy SEAL, because I saw Lone Survivor, whatever that one video is.
They have a fucking book about that.
And they had
Jonah Chrysanthus. I owe him that book.
And they have those people that are like, when they're training, they wrap their arms together and they're sitting in the cold water. I can't handle that shit because the cold. I get cold when it's freaking 70 degrees out, man.
Man, I want to do as much crazy shit as I can while I'm still young and able to in the military. Whether that's go to, air assault school or whatever, man, there's so much shit.
Have you done anything crazy now?
Crazy thing was still in training. Our unit is up for deployment. There's not a definite yet. We don't know. We have to wait and see if we get orders from battalion. But it's a high possibility that we will. We don't know where. Potentially Kuwait. Mm-hmm. That's what we're training for. Quote unquote training for. When we do our exercises are for Kuwait.
Are you nervous?
I'm actually excited.
About to go over there?
Yeah, I'm excited to go. Some of my friends, they had got back from Poland. As soon as we got out of AIT, maybe a month after, they had went to Poland. I was like, man, fucking fuckers. They went to Poland, and I'm still stuck here. It took even though
my
didn't get deployed,
My family, the Jewish people.
Yeah, they're out there?
Polish people.
Man.
Polish power.
I mean, it took a little while at getting adjusted.
Is that Poland that got invaded by the Nazis?
No, don't get me. Do not.
What was that Family Guy episode?
I don't know, bro. I think I remember which one you're talking about.
With the timing and the
It took me a while to get adjusted back to civilian life. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I wish I was on active duty, doing some cool shit.
I remember my buddy's brother was like a punk, he was older, but he was all spazzed out.
Yeah.
I remember he used to get in fights with my buddy, and my buddy was a couple years behind him, but he was taller. Mm-hmm. And Travis Ross, you know Travis?
Yes, I know Travis
and,
Ross.
well, his older brother, I remember got into a fight one time, was like, I'm going to stab you, come back with a knife, all this crazy shit. Then he went over and joined the army, and he came back, and he was all assertive, and he was all form stature, was straight up and down, wouldn't was nothing like he was.
I would still eat with my heels together. I was one time I was eating in the chow hall. We only got, the first 72 hours we only got 5 minutes to eat. So I was fucking double fisting. And the drill sergeant came behind. Yeah, it was nasty.
Double fisting.
My drill sergeant came behind me.
Starch ass potatoes and shit.
Oh man, this food was fucking nasty as shit.
Why don't they feed you good shit
bro.
before they send you over there?
Man, all the food was healthy food for you though. There was no
fucking
sugars.
Starch potatoes.
None of that shit.
Bread? A slice of bread? What'd you get meat-wise?
Oh, fuck. Well, we had, at Fort Seal in Oklahoma, it's one of the best defects, actually. We one night we had cranberry drizzled chicken. It was fucking amazing.
Sounds better than what I eat.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, we had some crazy cool shit in there.
So you're talking about like the guys in the longest yard are talking about the softest mattresses in the prisons, and the one dude's like Arizona State.
We always on Sundays we always look forward to burgers because one thing that they tell you is don't focus on the days, just focus on the meals. Like, okay, count the meals, and that will make the days go by super fast, weeks as well.
Just waiting for the meals.
Yeah, so every Sunday we're like, okay,
grilled cheese on Thursday.
We got fucking burgers on Sunday, so after Sunday starts a new week. So that got us by every Sunday.
We had like next Sunday
8 burgers.
What about Taco Tuesday?
Oh, we didn't have none of that shit, bro. We didn't have no tacos, nothing. The AIT we did.
My mom's friends. He's a funny guy, but he smokes weed and he's a cook at school, like a cafeteria, like lady type.
With the fucking frozen pizzas and shit, and pizzas.
Those the best meals at school. I've already said it before. Were the pizzas. The chocolate milk, she used to be able to get her strawberry.
Strawberry milks,
Yo,
oh my god.
You're a sick bastard. You're a sick bastard.
Milk.
I remember strawberry milk back in school used to make me sick. This one kid used to drink it all the time, and oh my god. But the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And the sausage McMuffins they used to give you at Buckingham.
The fucking
Buckingham.
Quick sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Uncrustables, yo.
Oh, the Uncrustables are amazing.
Yo, I got really sick, like, I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Because you ate so many of them.
I'm pretty sure I shit a fucking Uncrustable I ate in, like, 3rd grade. Because I haven't had that shit in forever.
God.
Like, I was like, dude, yo, my whole system's getting clean.
Fuck.
Alright, but to get off that sickness object, no, but those meals are crazy. But he talks about, like, him being a chef, he's like, yeah, it's super cool. I work at the elementary school, and I'm just a cafeteria person. I just get baked before I go into work and do that. I'm like, what? Like, you think like
you get baked and you go bake?
Some parents would be like, oh shit, I don't want my cafeteria person. But why would they get upset about a cafeteria person feeding your
no weed
kids?
On you, sir.
If anything, you're more concerned about what they're eating when you're freaking feeding the kids and shit, you know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there worried about them.
What do you
like,
think you're going to sneak some crack into the food or something, even though he just smokes weed?
If anything, you're like, this food we need healthier options for these kids. They got to think about their stomach, their process. Your brain goes into a spiral when you're stoned. And then it's like, I always think of the cafeteria person that's like on Billy Madison who goes, I got you some sloppy joes. Hope you like them extra sloppy. Lady, you're scaring us.
Yeah.
Like that's who I'd be, dude. I feel like that's a lot of people I talk to want to talk about like how like helping kids and all this stuff helps them out. I always thought I wanted to be a guidance counselor. Mm-hmm. What's different from a guidance counselor than the same thing a cafeteria person can do? You're telling me that kid that's
you can motivate someone just as much as
exactly.
You know?
That kid that's having a rough day comes to lunch, sees there's not maybe a good option for food, but maybe there's not a good option. There's like, oh crap, like, and the fact that they have to put in their lunch number and they're getting free food, or they're begging their parents for $1 to go get them, and their parents can barely afford it. Like, I've been in that situation. Like, I definitely think we should offer free lunch to kids. If the government can't pay for that, yeah, if the kids can't pay for, or not the kids, the government can't pay for that for the kids, then what kind of fucking government are we having? Because, like, I remember, like, there were definitely probably kids back in the day that had stomach problems because they were so hungry that they couldn't get free lunch. And I remember the lunch program started getting better. I remember I got free lunch. Like, I remember I put in my lunch number, and I felt kind of bad. I felt like I was abusing the system, but it was nice because I got a meal.
Free lunch too, man. It was amazing.
It was like I got a meal too, but it's like I never had a problem like where I didn't have the option to have food. But like,
of course,
once my parents signed up for it, it was like, why aren't we taking that road? Like, first of all, lunch should be free for all kids. It doesn't matter if you have money or not,
bro.
Like.
It's public
sometimes
funding.
Your parents pack shit. Like, sometimes your parents give you that snack pack that's all good and you get some goldfish or something. Yeah. But sometimes, you know, your parents are busy. They give you money to go buy lunch. I remember they added microwaves in the school. You always bringing spicy chicken sandwiches from Dollar Tree, those $1 suckers in those boxes. I was bringing those. I was bringing chimichangas.
Processed.
I was eating all that shit. Hot Pocket. Throw that bitch in the microwave.
What?
First of all, if you throw a Hot Pocket on a napkin.
When did you graduate again?
2015.
Damn, and they had fucking
you weren't there for that?
microwaves in there?
You weren't there for that? I think they added that my sophomore year.
The fuck?
You probably were in your senior year, but you probably weren't really eating at school. You were probably going out at that point.
Yeah. Fuck, man. We always had the half days and shit.
Dude, have you seen middle school has freaking VR goggles now?
Really?
All the kids growing up in school now.
Do you still have the smart boards? You remember that shit?
Oh, they don't even need that anymore.
What
they
do
have
now?
Well, every kid after my year graduated, every kid that was
laptops and shit.
That
right?
every kid that was coming up into that was turning into a freshman that year, they all had their own assigned tablets. Everyone has their own tablets now, and also instead of laptops having that roaming laptop cart, they have a VR goggle cart. The kids at the middle school...
It just blew my mind.
The kids at the middle school, the 7th graders, just took a virtual reality trip to Anne Frank's house.
What the fuck?
I've talked about the good and bad parts about that. The good parts about... that's cool that you don't have to keep track of all the kids in one spot. But it's bad because I like those times when you wake up to go to those field trips and shit. You know, you spend that $10 and you get that field trip.
I would like count the days until. That's why I also loved NJRTC. We went on a whole bunch of field trips, bro.
We want to travel, dude.
We went to naval academies. We went on freaking submarines. It was so cool, bro. It was so cool.
Submarines scare the shit out of me. Yeah. I get in one, but I feel like you're underwater.
Yeah.
That bitch explodes. You're fucked.
We went on a couple of destroyers.
Same thing like being in an airplane, yo.
I never went on the aircraft carrier trip. I was mad.
Have you ever been on an airplane?
Yes, the first time was when I went to basic training.
You know they pump fucking oxygen in that shit?
Yes, I did find that out.
I didn't know that.
After I got off.
You know, if you watch the interview with Elon Musk, he talks about how the airplanes leak.
Yeah.
Mostly by the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
And he says he wants to design his own airplane.
He said it was an idea, he could do it better.
Yeah.
But everyone talked about Elon Musk, he's going to revolutionize the world. No. If you actually listen to the podcast that he talks about... He doesn't even
like technology.
He says he likes creating stuff, but he only likes doing it to improve his life.
And he said AI is going to take over the world.
Like the tunnels and shit, everyone's talking about, we're going to have tunnels all over the world. Actually, he's only talking about tunnels in L.A., and the reason why is because he lives in fucking L.A.
He said, man, the traffic is horrible. So one day, while I was sitting in traffic, I thought, why not dig a tunnel?
He's building the space elevator.
I didn't know about that.
It's a freaking carbon, like some type of like really strong carbon fiber or something that goes, it's a giant tube that comes from the Earth and goes all the way up into space. Wow. Like, what happens if a fucking plane hits that?
Yeah, or a fucking asteroid. It doesn't even have to be a big one.
Well, he made a flamethrower and called it not a blowtorch.
Yeah, and he had on Joe Rogan podcast.
That's how he shipped it too.
Yeah,
like, you
he's
can't
like
ship
50,000 of them.
He's like, you can't ship a blowtorch. And he's like, all right, it's not a blowtorch though, and that's how he got it to ship. It's like, motherfucker. And he told people not to buy it, and he's like, why'd you make 50,000 of them like that? And he's like, it sold out in 4 days.
It sold out like that.
Fucking nuts.
And freaking Teslas, man.
He's a dropout too.
Yeah, most of the billionaire successful philanthropists are dropouts.
Elon Musk dropped out of college.
Steve Jobs is another
after 2 weeks, and he bought how to sell through the internet, like one of those dummy books, like doing this for dummies. He bought something like that for building an internet business. Then he started a business with his brother. You know, he got bullied really bad in school.
I believe it.
To the point where he was hospitalized. A bunch of kids pushed him down a flight of stairs.
Wow.
Yeah. And now they're probably like, fuck, this man builds cars.
Hey, Elon, really sorry about what happened, bro. Fuck you.
I wonder what his freaking thing was in school. That got him bullied so bad. A lot of people said it's because he couldn't. He sounded like he was retarded when he
probably had like a reading disorder or something, or this probably something slight when he was younger.
A lot of super smart people are kind of hard to talk.
Like I couldn't talk. I had a speech impediment. That's another reason I used to get picked on. I couldn't say my R's.
Look up the JRE podcast with Sam Harris that came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about the interview with Elon Musk where he was like, Joe Rogan was like, it was hard to talk to him. Because, like, he was just, like, was, like, a slow talker. And, like,
he would take
there wasn't
long
a vibe.
pauses.
Yeah. And he didn't seem like he knew how to talk. And, he was like, it was weird because before that, Joe Rogan put up a video of him shooting the flamethrower inside his studio. And he's like, damn, this is going to be an awesome podcast. This guy's, like, revved up and ready to go. And then when they get on the podcast, he's hard to talk to. I've talked about it before. It's the same type of people you meet at the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning. The ones that are either really too smart to be around normal functioning people, or the ones that are like, crazy meth addicts.
I just took it as he wanted to choose every word very precisely. That's why it took him so long to form these sentences.
And a lot of smart people are like, kind of seem like they're dumb in interviews. I think there's a very few amount of smart people that are good at talking. Mm-hmm. Like, there are people that are really...
very good at articulating.
Yeah, there's people that are really dumb like me that talk, pretty decent. Like, like, they can talk. They can talk a lot. Either, well, it's good or it's bad, but they can talk. And then there's people that are super insanely smart, and they can't have a conversation. Like, in interviews, they just freeze up and sound like an idiot.
Very introvert. Like, I still consider myself introvert,
I do in a way, too.
I don't like talking to a lot of people, but if you get around me, I'm a nice, funny, friendly guy,
Yeah.
People love being around me.
I think you're a bit of a cuck, but... No, I'm just kidding. I fucking love you, though.
I love you, too, man. This is awesome. Take a swig of this.
Get gay at the end of the podcast, right?
I know you guys don't see this, but we're holding
double
hands.
fisted.
We're holding hands and double fisting right now.
Just holding hands. We got to taste it. You got to buy me dinner first. Buy me Chick-fil-A first.
I'll cook you something. We're at your house.
Oh shit! Yeah, what can you cook? I can cook a mayonnaise sandwich that I think is peanut butter.
You can cook a mayonnaise sandwich.
Yeah, I fucking hate mayo.
What?
I don't know, man. It's too thick. Too lardy.
That's another reason I miss basic, because I was like forced to eat certain shit and forced to wake up and work out, forced to wake up at 3 a.m. to take these 10-mile ruck marches and shit. I miss it.
It's weird.
I want to go back and be a drill sergeant.
If you weren't forced to do those things and you woke up to do those, you would be able to do them. But the fact that you're being forced to, I have a sense of like, the reason I can't be in the military is my sense of like dealing with authority. I like to be told, treated with respect, rather than being told what to do. If I'm taking out the trash and I have the mindset to take out the trash, I'll do it. But if you tell me to do it,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, not doing it. I don't know, man. We all got our certain outlets in this world we got to chase down, and the fact that like we can take a little bit of time out of our day to strike up a good conversation like this one was, or even be able to understand like just people in general, even just take a nice step in the world is something to get onto. And we can't be super encapsulated with life and technology in a way. I believe we all need to do something that goes down the road, whether it's, enjoy, take time to thank somebody that was either in our military or serving in our military that's putting their life on the line, or just willing to put on the stars and stripes kind of type vibe. It's the same thing with cops. Like, they're protecting an image, but at the same time, it takes a lot of respect and courage to do that, and they get dissed a lot in society.
Yeah, man.
And then I think as a whole, we need to kind of come together. Like, bullying shouldn't really be a thing. It's beneficial in a way when it comes to forming some pretty fucking amazing people.
Yes, it forms hard asses, and sometimes you need to get bullied.
And
it saves lives.
Sometimes. A lot of times, it's not so good. But the fact that we all need, what I want to end on is we're all on a giant floating chunk of rock floating through space at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're all bags of blood. We're all here together. Yeah. We all don't know how long we have on this world. And the fact
Live
that...
it up, baby.
Yeah, exactly. We need to enjoy our lives while we have it and not make another person's life shittier.
Exactly.
We need to make all of us as a whole, I would have to say.
Motivate others, Motivate others. Love each other.
Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah. Love each other, man.
And at the same time, go out and get that money.
Yeah. And have fun while you're doing it.
Dirty, but I was like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. If I had to ask you one question before we wrap it up.
What's that?
If you could think of one moment in your life, You can have it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a transcendental moment, basically. It's basically a moment where you're like, damn, this is what life's about. Like,
Yeah.
this is a good moment. Like for me, it was seeing like a sunrise or something. But like, it's a moment that kind of brings you a little bit of happiness. And usually you get it with like a good memory or something. Hey, can you think of one off the top of your head?
Yes. Basic training. I'll go right back to it. It didn't matter where you were from, who your dad was, who your mom was. You all got treated equally, you know, either female or male. It didn't matter. And it seemed like it is a brotherhood, man. It's a brotherhood. It brought me so close and so down to earth when there's a lot of segregation going on in different parts of the world. It didn't matter there. It didn't matter. We were all down on our face doing push-ups and getting yelled at together.
Yeah.
All eating together at the same table. It didn't matter.
Shitting and pissing together.
Yes, man. It brought so much. I went through so much with those people.
That's part of the reason why I shit with the door open. I want people to know I'm open to all policies.
I got an open door policy.
I like when someone comes in and brings me toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's a comfortable feeling knowing that you have my back when I need it. I don't have to waste a sock.
Like, I feel like a lot of people need to go through those type of things. It brings them back down to earth. It lets them know that they're
100%.
human. We're all human. No one's better than the next person. I went there with Muslims. I went there with Christians. I went there with people who believed in Buddha. It didn't matter.
It's not about your culture. It's not about your skin color. It's about we're
all
human beings. And, we all act the same. We all are the same.
I'm trying to think of a line. We were all equally worthless. I forgot what movie that's from, but it was amazing, man. If I could do it all over, I would.
What about Martin Luther King?
Hey, man.
You just missed up his line. We are all men and we are all equal.
Of course.
If you are a guy that identifies as another gender,
because
you are a person as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to dismiss that either.
Of course, man.
If you identify as a dog, you're fucking nuts.
Like Tyler, the Creator, said, I can be whatever the fuck I want to be. If I want to be a fucking table, I'm a fucking table.
Can I put my drink on top of you?
Yeah, why not? Like, if I'm a fucking stereo, I'm a stereo.
I'm not going to stop you, bro. I don't give a shit.
It is what it is. Just don't let people affect your life.
I'm just me and I do my best.
I'll end it with this, A lot of people are going through things in their life, and sometimes they just need that motivation, And I found myself a lot with that now. I love motivating people, and whether it's drawing or talking to people like you are with this podcast, which is fucking amazing.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I'm glad that you put this idea.
You have fun.
And found out about it. It's fucking amazing.
I'm
telling you, I'm making a video, like a short clip of this, of my experience with this, and put it on Facebook.
Do it. Tag me. I want to see that shit.
And we have to take a picture together. We have to start a trend.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
We have to take a picture together for your podcast. It'll be awesome.
For sure.
But, man, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, do it, man. Fucking do it. Stop listening to other people. Oh, man, you're not good enough looking for this, or whatever it is that people are telling you. Fuck what they're saying and go for it. Go for it, man.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being on this podcast for real.
Thanks for having me, man.
And
that's awesome.
Hopefully we'll have you on again soon. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is episode with Tashawn Collins. And
peace.
Yep, peace out.